Hello. You may have heard the saying, you don't have kids to get rich. And the other side of that is it possible to get rich while you have kids? So I'm a financial advisor at EriksensGlobal. I'm also the sole breadwinner for my family of four, which includes two lovely children. So I thought I would share with you a few of my personal strategies for how I managed to give my kids a good life without, cutting into my investment and savings goals. So number one is get them to create and not choose. Kids don't have as much critical thinking as we do, and marketing is very powerful. So when they need something new, if you take them to the shop to get it, they'll be overwhelmed by choices and there'll be a lot of pester power. A lot of, Mummy, can I get this? Daddy, can I get this? Oh, I like that one and that one. And then you end up buying more than you thought you would. But if you know that they need something, you can ask them to create it first, and then you go buy it by yourself or usually online. For example, my daughter does gymnastics. She really wanted a leotard, and I knew that if I take her to the leotard website, there's no going back, right? There's so many different leotards. I'll be a hostage to whatever she wants. There'll be, could be an argument. But if she draws the leotard she wants, and then 9 p.m., I log on online and choose that kind of leotard, happy days. She's being creative, and she's also learning not to just consume what's out there, but actually to think critically about what she wants. So the other way that I kind of invest and save while having children is through managing their extracurriculars. They get one extracurricular. They must do it for the whole term, and usually it's paid, but it can be a free one. I had a friend who was a drum teacher, and he told me, Amy, all you've got to do is be one step ahead of them. So should I need to cut back costs and cut out some of the paid extracurriculars, then I have no doubt that just by watching a YouTube video in advance of teaching them something, we'd be able to do that. The kids that succeed are not the kids that have the most extracurriculars and the most expensive ones. They're the ones that work the hardest. It doesn't cost much money to teach them how to work hard, but it does cost them a lot of money to outsource it to different teachers. The third thing is about private schooling. People have different ideas on this, and you're kind of cultured with what you experienced. I went to a public school and my children go to a public school, but that's because it's the most convenient location for us, and it's a good school. But I know a lot of people have told me they sent their children to public school or they sent them to private school, and the outcomes kind of overlap. It really depends on the child and what you can afford. Private schools are great for some things, and you will get like a wider network, but you can also achieve that wider network through other things like Rotary clubs or university and other lower cost options even. I hope those 3 ideas helped, and have a good Christmas if you're celebrating one. Talk to you soon.